Welcome to CEO Money. I'm Michael Yorba. Thanks for joining us. I'm on location here in Laguna Beach, and my guest today is John Vandermosten. He is the senior biotech analyst for Zacks. John, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you, Michael. Great to be here again. This time on
Glad
video.
you're here.
Yep. Yes. All right, John, talk to me about venture capital trends in biotech in 2018. Excuse me.
Sure. It's as you and our viewers know, we at Zacks cover equities, but we also look at other areas as well. And in biotech, venture capital is a very important part of early stage investments. And I wanted to take a look at how we've come along so far this year. I think if we take a look at what happened globally, there's been about $175 billion invested in the first half, which is the largest amount that we've seen invested in the VC space since 2002 and probably even before. So it's been a really strong year so far. There were a couple of reasons that earlier in the year we thought 2018 would be a big year for investing. And again, we're on the equity side, but venture capital does go in parallel with that a little bit. But the tax bill was one big thing, and the repatriation of funds from overseas was another. A third factor was the anemic growth that a lot of the large biotechs, a lot of the large pharmaceutical and biotech companies are experiencing right now. So these guys, these big pharma companies, they're looking for small emerging companies to grow, and this investment that we've seen, this $175 billion globally, is part of that. And that's all industries, not just biotech, but the $175 billion globally is pretty impressive though, compared to where we've been in the past.
It is. What about China?
So yeah, one of the trends that I've picked up on is what's going on in China, and they have stepped into the VC space pretty substantially. If you look back to China's last 5-year plan, they decided to really make a strong stance in science. Their 5-year plan called for up to 4% of GDP being allocated to biotech by 2020. So this is going to make sure that there's plenty of capital around to fund a lot of these companies, and it's not only in China, but it's also in the United States and other developed areas as well in Europe. So a couple of stats here that I wanted to share for 2018. So in the first quarter, Chinese investment in biotech was $1.4 billion. And I mean, this is up tremendously from the prior year. I think it was less than $1 billion. So pretty big jump there. And then if you look at the first 5 months of the year, we've seen $2.4 billion of investment from China in biotech. And this is U.S. companies. Some of them have locations in China, but it's very impressive to see these kinds of numbers. And another thing I wanted to mention is we even in our companies, our equity companies, we've seen capital come in as well, and two of them, Resverlogix and Oncolytics, we've actually mentioned on the show before. They've also received capital infusions from China as well.
Okay. John, thanks for being the guest on the show today. We'll be back with more information about biotech in 2018 and in the future with John Vandermosten, senior biotech analyst with Zacks Small Cap Research.